Hello, everyone. Thank you for tuning in to this lovely episode of the Beatles Song Ranking Project. Daisy, say hello to Daisy. Hello, there she is. She's sitting here patiently as we have a very landmark moment video tonight. Basically, I'm going to review with you 10 things that we've learned through the first 18 songs of the Beatles. Now she's settling down. There she goes. She's listening. Please, I hope you agree with my decisions today. All right, so once again, we've been ranking all the Beatles songs, beginning with Love Me Do. We're all the way through the singles, She Loves You and I'll Get You. So we're going to go into With the Beatles shortly. The next song is going to be It Won't Be Long, but it has been long since I did a video. Now, I'm going to do something very, very controversial here, and I'm going to make some adjustments to the chart because, first of all, nobody seems to care that much. That's okay. But upon reconsideration, and especially as I've been preparing for my one-man show here in Frederick, Maryland, on June 7th and 8th of 2025, it's a Saturday and Sunday. It's going to be chock full of surprises and basically inspired by the project and how much it's got me playing music again and singing pretty well for me, and playing pretty well. I'm actually maybe going to play some lead guitar at the event, but we'll have videos. There's going to be a lot of humor. Going to be a lot of audience interaction. There's going to be a couple of Beatles music lessons, and we're going to have some sing-alongs and also some harmonies taught to the audience. That's the plan anyway. We'll see how it goes. But as I review the list that we have built organically, I am going to actually make a couple of adjustments based on my notes from reviewing tonight's video and what I'm going to say. So basically, I've had a chance for things to settle in, and I'm going to break the program, if you will, and that is I'm going to change a couple of the songs here as if you care. So since nobody cares, nobody watches, that's fine. Maybe eventually they will, and people will go back and rediscover this episode. But I'm going to switch a couple right now, and I'm going to tell you what I'm going to do. So just give me a timeout while I show you the board and the switches I'm going to do. Okay? Okay, so here's the list. She Loves You. I Saw Her Standing There. Please, Please Me. Twist and Shout. From Me to You. From Me to You will not be number 5. That is going to change. That is going to change. P.S. I Love You. I'll Get You. Boys, do you want to know a secret? Ask Me Why. Thank You, Girl. Thank You, Girl is going to change a lot. A lot. Okay? And then we've got Love Me Do, Change, There's a Place, Anna, Misery, Baby It's You. Change is going to change. Change is going to change. There's going to be a little improvement there. So let's think about it for a second, and then I'm going to resubmit those 3 songs. Hang tight. Okay, this is the new list. Let's zoom in. She Loves You. I Saw Her Standing There. Please, Please Me. Twist and Shout. P.S. I Love You. I'll Get You. Boys, do you want to know a secret? Ask Me Why. Let's probably switch. I'm going to switch those. I think Ask Me Why is better. Okay. And it's only because I'm the president of all this. From Me to You slips to number 10. Change right behind it. Love Me Do behind Chains. Taste of Honey also got moved a little bit. Baby It's You just before that. Actually, you know what? Taste of Honey is going to go below Baby It's You. Okay? Then way down there, Thank You, Girl, There's a Place, and a Misery. And since nobody's really watching, sure it doesn't matter, but that's what we're going to do. That's the new list, okay? I'm sure a friend named Fred will be very upset with me as I've broken my own rules, but I'm the king, so I get to do what I want. And I'm not trying to be pretentious. I'm just really considering, and I'll explain why some of those songs moved in just a moment here. Okay. Now that we've got our new list based on a few adjustments that no one will ever know about because nobody really watches, but that's okay. It's my fault because I don't make a good video. If it was better, people would be watching. But hopefully I won't have to make this kind of adjustment in the future. But a lot more reflection went into this, and kind of willing to see things as they are, at least as I sense them, in terms of overall quality of these songs, both covers and originals and covers. Okay, so let's get to the point of the video, which we haven't really done yet. In reviewing these first 18 songs, many revelations, and I'm going to talk to you about 10 of those tonight, okay? This is the first 18 songs. Okay, revelation number 1. The first 4 songs were all recorded for singles. And remember, the rest of Please Please Me was done in that marathon session on 11 February 1963. Now, although some of those recordings are fabulous, such as I Saw Her Standing There and Twist and Shout, some of the others are a little bit, let's just say, substandard. Especially like There's a Place, Misery. Anyway, the point of it all is that I have a theory now that the reason those first 4, besides being perhaps the best songs that they had in their arsenal at the time, and we're talking about Love Me Do, P.S. I Love You, Please Please Me, and Ask Me Why. Those 4, in my theory, sound better. The production value is better than almost everything else. And it kind of jumped out at me. And the reason that they sound better is because they had more time. They had more time to do it. They weren't rushed like they were on the 11th of February, 1963, exactly 1 year before they would play the Washington Coliseum. How about that? All right, so the first 4 songs sound better. That's revelation number 1. Revelation number 2. The Beatles did not have a deep bench in 1963, 1962, 63. In other words, they went from I Saw Her Standing There to Misery, and that is bad, okay? That was one of the best originals they had to record, or else they would have recorded something different, right? So, I mean, perhaps it's obvious, maybe not, but they basically were recording everything they had, because if Misery was at the top of the heap there, then that's unfortunate. And I hate to hate on Misery, but I've listened to it 1,001 times in the last 6 months, or maybe 2 months, actually. And it has not grown on me. It has not grown on me. I don't think the melody is original. I don't think the production's very good. And I'm sorry if you love it, but I have no problem with loving it, and occasionally it might reach me. I don't have any ill will towards it. I just recognize that it's not very quality. So the Beatles did not have a very deep bench. That's revelation number 2. Revelation number 3. Okay, this is the way we listen to the record, the LP. And revelation number 3 is that Misery and Anna chased away a lot of people listening to the record, the LP. Not just back then, but especially in retrospect. So if you were a Beatles fan and you say, I'm going to go back and get Please Please Me and let's see if I like it, and you get past I Saw Her Standing There, the next tracks are Misery and Anna, and you just kind of go, maybe this album is not so good. It's actually an LP, long playing record. Maybe it's not that good. And I know that I did this subconsciously many times when I tried to get myself to like the record again. And don't worry, I'm coming full circle around this, because I don't dislike the record. I think LP is fabulous, and I'll get to that too. But I do think that putting Misery and Anna second and third chased people away. They could have put Chains second and Boys third, for example, and people would have been pumped up through three songs and been much more forgiving about the weaker ones. It's my theory, my opinion. Okay, revolution number 4. Ask Me Why is an early Beatles song of quality that slip through the cracks. And by that, I mean that it doesn't seem to get played much. A lot of people who are modest fans perhaps have never heard the song or are not all too familiar with it. And I think that it deserves better because I think it is a fabulous recording. I think it is a unique recording. It doesn't sound like any other Beatles song, but it sounds very good. And the harmonies are crisp and the progression is interesting. And there's very little to complain about that song. I'm sure that people that were listening to it back then were very moved by it. But somehow it missed the attention of the zeitgeist, if you will, of Beatles fans. I'm going to adjust this camera just ever so slightly. Okay. All right. So ask me why. Slip through the cracks. That's revelation number 4. Revelation number 5. Ha! It says, boys is a revelation. Okay. So what that means is, excuse me, I hadn't realized how incredible the song Boys is. And I've talked about it in past videos, but Ringo's performance, vocal performance on this record is absolutely fabulous. Fabulous. And more than that, well, not more than that, but interestingly also, he did it in one take. Everybody talks about John Lennon doing Twist and Shout in one take. Well, so did little Ringo, the one who's all out of tune, as he often says, was fabulous. And the song, the recording is so amazing, in my opinion, and a rocker that it introduced a new concept at my show next month, as this is being taped on May 5th. Happy Cinco de Mayo, May 5th of 2025. My show is going to have what we call a Ringo dance party. And there are going to be 2 of those, one for boys and one for I Want to Be Your Man. So those who may be watching and that are going to my show, get ready for Ringo dance parties, plural. Who would have thunk it? I never would have in a million years. That's a revelation. All right, number 6. There's a Place has a terrible arrangement. And you can disagree, that's fine. But a song with such beautiful lyrics and thoughtful lyrics does not feel thoughtful and beautiful in the music. It's in my opinion, it makes a very strong attempt to be a pop song, and an exciting pop song, but the lyrics contradict that direction. I did a recording of an alternate take of an arrangement, and I don't compare myself to the Beatles, but I was very motivated to try to give the song the kind of simple arrangement that sounds more like James Taylor, to be honest, although I'm not James Taylor either. But anyway, it was a misstep by George Martin and the Beatles, in my opinion. This is my opinion. And it could have been, if it sounded a little bit more like All I've Got to Do, I think it could have been a better record, a better recording. That said, you know, it has its place, but I do think that the arrangement was miscue. All right. Revelation number 7. Please Please Me deserves more respect. It is a pop masterpiece. Okay? Between the big ones, I saw her standing there, and Twist and Shout, and Please Please Me, you know, Love Me Do even, Ask Me Why, P.S. I Love You. This is an amazing record. And then you've got the deeper cuts like Chains and Do You Want to Know a Secret and Baby It's You and A Taste of Honey. Those are all fabulous. There's only a few that are maybe, you know, substandard, that detract. And if too much attention is drawn to those, then it's easy to get into this mindset that it's not a great record. It is. It is a pop masterpiece. And it deserves to be remixed soon. That, and of course, with the Beatles. All right, that's Revelation number 7. What's going on, Daisy? What's going on? You ready to go out? Almost done here. Revelation number 8. This one's going to be rough here, folks. From Me to You, which dipped all the way to number 10 from number 5 just now. sorry, alert the media, and please put a police in front of my door to protect me from violent Beatles fans in defense of "For Me to You." I'm sorry, but "For Me to You" is it's an example of the Emperor's Clothes. It's catchy, but it's forced. It's forced. It's not a great melody. It's the Beatles trying hard to make a single and not coming up a little bit dry and saying, "Well, this should work." And I don't care about the G minor in the bridge. It's very lovely, but it doesn't save the song. The song is cheesy, in my opinion. And since nobody watches the video, nobody should be offended, except maybe Fred. But yeah, I'm not defending "From Me to You" anymore. I don't think it's a very good song, and that's saying something. Sorry if I offend. You can yell at me in the comments. It's all good. It's all good. That said, it still was a big hit, and who am I to judge? All right, number nine, Revelation. Check this out. The two singles between "Please Please Me" and "With the Beatles" are "For Me to You," "Thank You Girl," which is just horrible, and not sorry, and then "She Loves You" and "I'll Get You." "She Loves You," which is incredible, and "I'll Get You," which is now, in my opinion, underrated. I think it's fabulous. "I'll Get You" has moved up to number 6. Number 6. Whoa. Wait a minute. Is that right? Number 6? No. I'm gonna make it. No, I'm gonna make it number 8. "Boys" is better than that, and "Ask Me Why" is better than that. But "I'll Get You" is quite good. All right. I'm doing it on the fly. All right. Alert the media. Protect Jorge. He's going to get attacked here. Breaking all my rules. I get to do what I want. Nobody's watching anyway. Anyway, here is the point. The point is that those two singles are the birth of bubblegum pop. Okay? "From Me to You," could that be more bubblegum? And I'm not going to try to define it. You know what it is when you hear it. It's a Bay City Rollers, right? Bubblegum. So "She Loves You" is bubblegum-y, but it's as good as bubblegum gets. Okay, it's bazooka with laced with cocaine. No, I'm just kidding, but it's one of the best. It's one of the best. And then but here's the thing: with those two singles, they not only invent bubblegum pop, but they immediately exit bubblegum pop, because after "I'll Get You," they don't really do it anymore. That's it. They check out. They don't need to. They become confident. So when they go to the next single, when they go to the next album, there's nothing really. Maybe Little Child, which is kind of lame, in my opinion. It is lame. And then, but once you get past all that, Little Child's another example of trying too hard. That's okay. It happens, in my opinion. So, but when you get to "I Want to Hold Your Hand in This Boy," well, you've got a new band. They're totally confident. They know they have talent. They know they have power. And they know they can make magic when they want to. So the birth, not the death of bubblegum, but the exit of bubblegum by the Beatles in 2 singles. That's Revelation number 9. And then Revelation number 10, I've almost forgotten. Oh, this is one of the best. One of the best. In going back and doing the project and examining the songs in the order that they were given to the public, beginning with "Love Me Do," "P.S. I Love You," "Please Please Me," "Ask Me Why," and then the record of "Please Please Me," the rest of the record. You realize that because I play them on my playlist over and over in that order, you see, it somehow makes me, or anyone who will do this, a de facto early British Beatles fan. Because if you experience it in real time, you got the first single. Maybe you didn't hear "Love Me Do" until you heard "Please Please Me," because you weren't paying attention and it wasn't a big hit. So then you got "Please Please Me" and "Ask Me Why," and then you went out and got "Love Me Do" and "P.S. I Love You" and said, "Oh, okay, that's good too," or whatever it is. But if you were there from the beginning, when you got Please Please Me, you were waiting for the record, for the LP to come out. And then you listen to all those songs. And not necessarily that those songs in order matter, but you got those 10 more songs at the same time. And that's pretty cool because we are the product of how the order that we acquire experiencing art. And in this case, I'm redoing it according to the British order of releases. And it's affecting the way that I see stuff. But more so, it just increases the enjoyment. This exercise so far has been an incredibly enjoyable task. I can't tell you, because in spite of my criticisms of There's a Place and From Me to You and Thank You Girl, etc., I still have developed this incredible respect, admiration, which I always had, but now I can sort of intellectualize it, if you will, much better. And if I had more time, or if I wanted to make more time, I could go a little bit deeper, a little bit. But I feel like I'm part of the club of those who were in England in the early 60s and immediately jumped on the Beatles bandwagon. And that's fun. And it's kind of nice. So that's my episode, folks. I know I've rattled on for quite a while here, but thank you for tuning in. If you saw the whole thing, I'm impressed. And Daisy has been very patient the whole time. Daisy, going to say goodbye to everybody now, okay? And get ready, because it won't be long, We're going to start cranking up these videos again and get through With the Beatles. The Beatles' greatest record, if you ask me. Okay, thanks for tuning in. Peace and love and the man up above. Bye now.